You know, and there's always the choice of how you want to do this. It's totally up to you. I'm just looking at it like this is a cylinder. This bottom part's a cylinder, and what's easier to get to, the cylinder or the sphere? And, you know, there's going to be people watching this saying, cylinder, idiot, but that's fine. That's their prerogative. Okay. So, I'm going to go back to my Q modeler. And right now, make sure my orange, okay. So let me go back to solo, or go to solo real quick. If I look at this in solo, you'll see that both my caps are orange. I don't want them both to be orange, but I'm going to use that transpose tool. So I'm going to go to Control, Shift, and drag this one, just so that one's showing, and then I'm going to go Control W to change its color, and do it again just to make sure it's really noticeable. Then we'll Control Shift W and click, and now I've got a green and an orange cylinder tank cap. Perfect. Now I'm going to come back to just to use some of the tools you're used to working with. So we'll do W. For me, it's W. And I'll come in here and I'll use a deformer. And I'm going to turn my poly pieces down a little bit there. And then a little bit there. Okay. And then I'm going to say I want it to mirror across both sides here. So I'm going to take this one and go all the way to here, because the third thing you can see when you unlock this is first it's parallel, then it's mirror. So parallel would be these two, mirror would be this two. But apparently it wants interestingly yeah, it wants parallel. So I'm going to drag this, leave this where it is actually. Okay. So in the Z modeler tool, we're going to take a look at, we could pull the points. I know, you don't like my dynamic brush. Okay. Or you don't like my undos. But what I think I'm going to do is come to this, transpose, boom, this, control and drag, scale it straight. You know what, let's just do it this way. All right, so what we're going to do here, you're going to see me speed this up, is I'm going to come in and add verts by doing edge insert, or remove edges by pushing Alt and edge insert in the Z modeler tools. And then I'm just using the move points tool in the Z modeler tool to define the form a little bit better. I'm just coming in here real quick and blocking out some forms, and that's what this is all about. And I thought it'd be faster to see it this way. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Come here and push Alt on my edge. I'm going to do insert, do an Alt. Yeah, no, it's going to get rid of the stuff. I realized I didn't have a recording, so yay. Okay, and then I'm going to put one here. And then what I have on my move points is moved by brush radius, and if I have X on, it's going to move them both at the same time. And since I got rid of the interior edge from that sphere, then it's fixed there. I'll grab this point right here and I'll drag it up. And then there's a couple things I want to clean up a little bit, like this piece. It should be straight all the way there, so I'm going to come up to here, go to polygroup, and just click on these pieces. Like that. Now I'm going to go to transpose here, click on this, slap it this way, and then just scale it so it flattens it out. And then actually I can leave that on, because if I come back to here, back to Z modeler, and then push this again, and I click there, now it automatically just selects that. You see how it scales everything else out? That's what we want. Alt and then click this so it's straight again, and we just want to flatten that out just a little bit, and then we can probably move it to speed. And then we're going to take and go to our Z modeler, come over this, and say delete. I'm going to delete this one, delete that one, and delete that one. I'm going to take it, and basically I'm going to just use the move tool and get everything kind of moved in position here or something like that. Make sure it's on X, so it's symmetried. Goodness. And my symmetry is set to Z. So that's all set, and I'm going to do another cut here, and we'll move it up. And as long as I don't have a subdivision in the middle of it, then it's going to work fine. And cut it here. Like that. I don't know why it disappeared. Oh, I know why. So when I don't have, when I'm not using my polygon, sometimes I turn it to do nothing, because do nothing is, as you saw in the videos, it's just a quick way to kind of get things laid out. And then I'll just do this. Oh, turn the X back on and do this. Gosh. I'm going to come here and do this one. I'm just blocking out the forms. I think I just made that cut. There we go. And sometimes you turn off the cut too. Come to that edge, turn off the cut, and say do nothing. Okay, so so I have this cut out. I have this blocked in pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, but like I said, we're going to do some cutting and some trimming to get it to exactly the way we want. Anyway, so I have this piece with this piece cut out, and I want to show you how to do this and how to get it back. And the reason I cut it out this way is because I wanted this gap right here, because we have that curve. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to come over here to my edge, and I'm going to turn my edge on to bridge, and I'm going to make sure bridge says edges, not two holes. I'm going to click from one edge, and then I'm going to click on the other one, and it should cap it. It's basically capping it. I'm going to click this edge and go to this one, and it should cap both sides. I think I did something wrong on this one, so I'll do it again here. Like that. Okay. And if things are off on one side or the other, that's totally fine too, because we're, like I said, we're going to mirror it eventually. So anyway, so there I go. The reason I did that is because I wanted to show you one more thing. I want to do another cut here. Oh, I turned it off. Insert. I'm going to do a cut here. I'm going to do a cut here. Because this is a cool little thing called the line. If I come over to the align tool and I click on it, and then I click on this edge, and I click on this edge, and then I drag right and left, I can control how they align together. And there you have it. You have to kind of eyeball it. It's one of the reasons I really like transform, because you can do it from the side a lot easier. But anyway, okay, so there's that piece. Now let's talk about this piece. How am I going to make this piece? I've already done it, so we'll just do it again. I'm going to go insert, which is the same thing as file, insert, tool, subtool, insert, 3D cube, come down to initialize, cube, and use the move tool, kind of get it in position here. I'm going to move it over here, and I'll just leave it straight for now. And then make sure your mirror is on here, and oh, the reason that, go back to your poly modeler, look here, make sure your mirror is on. Okay, gotta check your mirror on this object, transform, turn off the X, go to the Z. So now when I move this side, it moves that side too. All right, the other thing I want to do is get rid of these edges for right now. So I'm gonna go to Spec, go to Insert, and then push Alt, and it'll remove them too. So you can get a removing tool pretty quick that way. And I'm just, I could have come down here and set it up, but I just did it this way. So I'm going to drag this piece all the way out to here, and I'll cut it up as I need. I'm going to drag this piece all the way out to here. I'm going to make it bigger than this, because when I do the chamfer, it's going to chamfer down that area. Then I'm going to take this piece, and really what I want to do is this piece to right there, because this is the main shaft. Now, one thing I did look at in my object is this butt of the gun being obviously thinner than probably this. Not much though. So I'll do that then there. And I'll see you in the next one.